One more tool, final tool for the giveaway.
Yes, we have the last but not least pretty darn nifty tool. And it's pretty darn nifty.
It is pretty darn nifty.
And this actually, there's another person in the Polymer community called Dee Schiller, and she does a lot of faces and trolls and that kind of thing. And this is a work from a prototype that she created and brought to me that she made herself out of wood that she uses for a lot of her dolls. And she said, this is a really great tool, Christi, and I've just made my own. Would you be interested in making this as part of your line? I said, well, let me play with it a bit and see how I feel about it. Because if it's something that I like, then of course it might be something that I feel like I could tell all of you guys you have to have. And I said, you do realize, of course, that once you hand this into my little hands, it will no longer be a tool that only you have. And she goes, no, that's good. I'd rather buy some from you to sell to my people or to have for myself than have to carve these things one at a time out of wood forever and ever. So that worked out well for both of us. But this is the pretty darn nifty tool. And what it is, it's very similar to the Can't Live Without It tool in that it's got a tapered barrel.
Yeah.
So that's good for a lot of blending. But what these two ends are, and this is what Dawn had in mind when she made it, is because she does a lot of faces. You've got these rounded edges that are great for in the sides of nostrils, where the lips go up, in the corners of your mouth, eyebrows, all those rounded edges that you have, fingernails, toenails, scales, all of that stuff. And that works wonderfully for those things. It has an extra little bonus. This is a nifty little side here. And I just use it in general for a lot of like making a fur or blending and painting with the clay. And this side here has a really long flat edge. And if you do the Sutton slice, which is taking a rubber stamp texture sheet and filling the sections in with clay, then scraping off the excess and pressing it into other clay and peeling it, it's the whole thing.
It's on
Use this.
KatersAcres tool.
Did you have
with
one?
the Pavelka project?
There we go. So this tool is brilliant at
Yes.
it because you can press it in and then also scrape over the top, because it's important in that you get it off the rubber edges, and this works like a charm.
That's fantastic. You know, I never knew that about that.
Well, this was probably before this was out.
Probably.
So now you'll have to redo that video with this tool.
Yeah. Well,
But it's a lovely tool. It's pretty darn nifty.
It is. It is pretty darn nifty. And this one, it seems like it's the heaviest of them.
It is.
But it still isn't.
It still is a good feel, even though it's heavy. It's not an awkward heavy.
Yes, absolutely. And I use this a lot for all kinds of things. I like to help when you're making animals and critters that have jointed legs, or like birds that you want to section off their legs, or caterpillars and things. This tool works great because you can kind of roll the clay on its side with one of these seams, and makes a fantastic little
edges as they go down.
Yeah,
it's good.
This is a great tool.
So it's fairly new in the repertoire, probably only last year or so it's been out. So you may not have this one. If you've got the others, maybe that you didn't yet get this one, and you may want to add that to your pile. So first of all, try to win it. And then if you're not the lucky winner, then you can go buy one.
Yeah, don't worry. Christi's got you covered.
I got it.
You got plenty on the website. Yeah. So we'll put all the links in the down bar below. Make sure you enter to win. And just on the off chance that you don't,
ChristiFriesen.com. I got you covered.
Yep, she'll hook us up.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you later.
Thanks.